you just look at education, it doesn't get the resources that it needs, especially public education. With better funding, maybe the models would change. I don't know. But at its core too, education's not really about what we need it to be, which is supporting democracy. It's about sort of reproducing a privileged upper class. I mean, that's where it has its roots in our country. So it has to not be about that. It has to not be about that. But our whole system has been founded on that model. So that very much needs to change. I mean, can you imagine an educational system that didn't care about admissions requirements? It was just like, you want to be here, we want you to be here. Let's make sure that you're successful. It would be a completely different system. But right now, like, you've got to write an essay to get into a college. Why don't colleges just want you to be there? I mean, have you ever just paused to think about that? Because this is the kind of thing I think about a lot now. Like the other day, I was having a conversation with some of the administrators at Foothill, and I'm like, why do we make students apply for scholarships? Think about that for a second. We've got $20–30 million, maybe it's $15 million in scholarship money just sitting there. We're supposed to give it to students who need it. Why do we make students apply for scholarships? Like, you have to write an essay. I guarantee you there are students who never apply for scholarships simply because they have to write an essay. And you could make the argument that writing the essay is a valuable experience, but should it prevent you from getting a scholarship? I know there's millions of dollars of scholarship money that doesn't get awarded every year because not enough people apply. So there's students who need scholarship money who aren't completing school, and we have it, but the requirement for getting a scholarship is to write an essay that people aren't going to write. Why do we do that? Like, it's a choice. We literally just made a choice to do that. Like, so some of these things I don't understand. Like, the system, if you really start to think about certain things, it's not inviting. It's not there to encourage the majority of students to be successful. It's there to get a percentage of students through successfully. That needs to change. It absolutely needs to change. Why would we create a system of education that's only intended to get 10 to 20% of people through at the highest level? What's the function of that other than just creating a massive social sorting mechanism? I can't like that. So this is where I start to have ethical and moral problems as an educator. I'm like, is there really ever going to be a motivation to change the system, or is it designed to do exactly what it's doing? And then there are all these, conflicted conversations that happen within the system, but the system itself never really has the motivation to change because it's doing what it's designed to do. This is my deepest fear ultimately at the end of the day, about education, because I think about the education system, I should say, because obviously there are wonderful things that happen in the system. People meet each other, they're successful. Some of the best moments of their lives happen in classrooms or tutoring centers or on college campuses, but there's something just fundamentally wrong about the system. I think we all kind of feel it. I think this is why my supposition is this is why the learning code exists, is that there's this need to fix this thing so that it works better for everybody.